And I'm thinking that it's been a long, long time since I done a book review on my channel. I'm not the literary man that I thought I was. I'm a slacker man, only reading one page at a time. And so it took a really, really long, long time. And this is The Persian Cat by John Flagg. And I hope that didn't scare too many people off. I used to sing songs at the beginning of my channels, and I kind of stopped doing it because I kind of thought it actually annoyed more people than it amused. But we'll see what happens. I'm not really bothered. But yeah, this is an uncorrected proof, which is kind of cool. I used to work at a bookstore, and it was always fun to find these. These would get mixed in sometimes with the inventory. And it's funny because it's an uncorrected proof, but it's a uncorrected proof of a novel from the 1950s. But it's probably the first time that this publisher published it, Black Cat Books. But it's called The Persian Cat, and this is actually the first spy thriller that I've ever read in my life, really. I'm usually more into kind of science fiction. I did read I have read a couple of mysteries, but never like a spy thriller like this. This is like a post-World War II spy thriller. Kind of similar to like a hard-boiled detective story, but more kind of the spy variety. And you can read the summary on the back here. It's about a guy named Gil Denby, who's a cynical World War II veteran who decided to stay in France, stay in Europe, and he's lived in Europe for like the last 10 years, and he's kind of like a private detective / mercenary spy, and that's how he makes his living. And then he gets approached by some people who were involved with the French resistance, the Maquis, which I didn't know that Maquis had anything to do with anything other than Star Trek. There's a Maquis in Star Trek, but that must be where they got the name. It's the French resistance in World War II, the people who fought the Germans in World War II to fight the occupation of France. But they want to hire Gil to catch this woman who was married to somebody in their organization, or someone who worked with their organization, and was killed, and they believe that she betrayed him, and possibly other people too. And this was real. This really happened. The French resistance after the war, they went after people they thought were traitors. It's perfectly accurate to what actually happened in the aftermath of World War II. And Gil accepts the challenge because Claire, the woman he's going after, reminds him a lot of a woman who wronged him in the past. He has this thing against treacherous women, and hey, don't we all, right? It's a perfectly understandable motive. He doesn't care about the money or anything else. It's all about getting this biatch. So anyway, he has to go to Tehran, Iran, because that's where she's living now with her rich mogul boyfriend who's way older than her. And he's really crooked and evil, and so it's this very interesting story of him. And where they get the title, The Persian Cat, it's really barely even a part of the story, but they give him a figurine of a black cat, and this is supposed to signal that he is allied with some kind of secret society in the Middle East that will protect him. And all the while, there's this British secret agent who keeps kind of taunting him, and he can't really tell if he's on his side or not on his side. And it's a very interesting story. It was written by John Flagg,